Ladies and gentlemen, thems and zems alike, I am Dell. Welcome back to another episode of Teck, show where I go through one of my commander decks, or my decks in general, and talk about the cards I put in there, talk about my strategy, kind of show it off a little bit, brag a little bit. More than anything, it's a show where I just like to go through my decks. I never get to talk about my decks. More often than not, I don't really get to play them too often, but this one's a special one. Full disclosure too, I am recording this right after another video that I'm not sure if I uploaded yet. And my cat keeps like knocking stuff over. Well, as soon as I start to record, I don't know where she went. So if you hear rustling or hear me cussing, it's probably because of the dang cat. But anywho, this card was spoiled way back when in Modern Horizons 1, and I fell in love, and then they promptly banned it within that summer before I even got a chance to actually play it in Modern Horizons. But doesn't matter, I'm playing Hogaak, or as I like to call him, Zorak, Living Necopolis, I believe. Cannot use colored mana or mana of any kind. Can't cast it with mana, I think it says. Has Convoke and Delve. Can cast it from your graveyard, and has Trample. This deck in particular, the theme beyond, I just like that card. The challenge I set for myself is to build a deck with entirely, how do I word that? Built out of all CMC 1 or less spells. I call it one is the loneliest CMC. It's really dumb. It does pretty good when I get the right order cards, or if no one has removal. I have a bad history of getting my good stuff removed. That being said, there are, I think, 2 cards that are 2 CMC only because, and I'll talk about when I get there, I had to. There's like 2 cards that give me, I got my guy haste, and you'll see them when I get them. They just get me going. Because having Trample is great with having an 8/8, but not having haste when you can get them out. I've been able to get them out turn 1, and they just kind of sit there until somebody just does a removal, and I'm like, oh. But anyway, this deck is one I don't want to take apart, but I never get to play it, and it doesn't do as well. You know what I mean? And I have Proxy in here, and I have some really good cards in here I want to put in other decks. It's like I don't want to buy another copy of that or that. So it's either I'd either really get excited to play this more or take it apart. Moving right into it. Let's start with creatures. Name of the game is getting as much stuff out. Use it to tap, use it to sack, fill up my graveyard, whatever. It's been a while since I've gone through this. There's probably better cards and newer sets, some other stuff I could use. But so if you guys see anything or have any suggestions, I'm open to comments. Let's get into it. We got Memnite. I'll give much to say about that. Hex Drinker. Like I said, this is one that's last I checked still pretty expensive. I think there's a new printing of it, but a 1 for 1 or 2/1 for 1 that can level up into a 6/6. It's pretty good for the deck in general, but I like having a 1/1 out to be able to tap for it. Ornithopter, again, a 0 cost, pretty good. Flaxen Intruder, creepy art, I love it. Has a little 7 mana cost sorcery we don't acknowledge in the corner, even though I use it. Nettle Sentinel is pretty good for helping me untap and tap. Death Shadow, one of those cards where I have had this for a while. I got signed by Howard Line, and I don't play the deck it uses it, but it's nice to play this for 1. Oh, it goes to the graveyard, whatever. If I'm not mistaken, I think I can tap it for mana, let it go to the graveyard, and then delve it too, but don't quote me on that. I don't know all the cheats for this yet. Gravecrawler, one of my favorite cards. If I really go souping this out, I might switch this art with the Secret Lair one with the Marilyn Monroe looking pinup zombie. This is just funny to me. Vibulid, one of the cards from growing up where I just really like this card. It's stupid, it's fun. You put them on the back, keep putting +1/+1s on them. It goes all out. Basking Rootwalla. I honestly forget what the ability. I think it has a madness cost for 0. And then I think you can pump them up by 2 only once per turn. I don't remember. It's been a while since I actually got to play them. Neverwinter Dryad. You sack it to get a basic forest. Okay. Again, I think I can tap it and then sack it and then delve it. But I'm not 100% on that. Vampire Neonate. This is one of those little cards that I just like. There's something about it where every turn you get to ping everybody. If you're playing like limited or draft, I played this in whatever set this is actually from. I played this in draft and it did pretty good for me. Stitcher Supplier enters the battlefield, dumps some stuff, pretty good. Self and Safekeeper, again, give my stuff Shroud, protecting them, but also like filling up my graveyard if I need it. Blood Pet, same idea. Tap it, sack it, delve it, cast them, and also have the mana for this. I don't know. Foulmire Knight. Draw a card, lose a card. Won't ignore the 3 mana cost adventure, but Stonecoil Serpent, love castings for 0, let me go to the graveyard. Hex Parasite, always a pleasure to play this, especially if you're playing against people who are being meanies. You can remove counters, especially Planeswalker counters, really helpful in a pinch. Barrier of Bones, Surveilling, pretty cool. Oh, I need to add the Surveilling in this deck if I'm going to get serious about it. That's what I need to do. Odious Tro, it's one of those cards I just like. It's gross, it's weird, I don't know, just pleases me somehow. Phyrexian Dreadnought. Again, one of those goofy little cards. I think it's worth a lot of money now. It's part of the reason why I want to take this apart. But those goofy little cards that you can just do some stupid shit with. I like playing this late game, sacking all my tokens, having this out, tapping it for 1 mana, getting my Hogaak out anyway. Underrated Artist, Una Fricker. Not sure if there's any negative drama there, but Una Fricker has some amazing arts, and I keep finding myself just liking the art so much that I want it in decks. There's a bat, there's a spider, there's a bunch of like other little critters. The tree monkey, again, one of my favorites. I just love this little guy. Viscera Seer, of course, you know why it's in here. Good sack outlet. What else can you do? Took me a while to find this. There's another one of those artists that the art just... I love this card. I put this in so many decks when I first started playing Commander, even though I didn't have sliver decks, only because I had so many friends that played slivers. Just being able to sneak this out once in a while, to get all the abilities whenever slivers used to do all slivers across the board, it was fun. Oashra Cultivator. I always thought the hair was interesting. She's like bald, then has dreads, then has like more, I don't know, I want to say normal hair, but you know, non-dreaded hair on the side. Again, tapping for mana, sacking it, delving it. I've done it. No one's corrected me, but I could be wrong. We got everyone's favorite sloppy mod, Ginger Brute. Top tier art. I'll accept no other arts for this card. I got a nice foil there. Scrib Sprites, another one of those cards I just finally found a home for, you know. I've had this card for a while, and I love this art, and there's this deck in particular, something so weird, it fits perfectly, right? Same with this, Sacred Prey. Something about that face, you know, just falls in love with it, even though the art's mainly about that little horsey over there. Becomes block, gain a life. You know what it's in here for. Carrion Feeder, again, really cool art. 1 CMC creature. You can sack stuff, sack out what's fun. Whatever. Putrid Imp. Discard outlet. What can I say? Changeling Outcast. Can't be blocked and can't block, can't be blocked. I don't know. I like this card. And one of my favorite cards, Slitherhead. Has a scavenge ability. I think I've done once, only because it's just fun. I think I was short 1 commander damage one time, and I went to scavenge for I was a sorcery, and I was like, I should have done that first, right? I got the foreign card. I can get that out of the way. I keep the English because I always forget. It's Village Rites. Sacrifice a creature, additional spell, casting it. Draw 2 cards. This looks so cool. I had to put it in there. Insist. Can't counter my spell. Draw a card. It's like a little added bonus protection. I guess while we're talking about that, let's get this out of the way. Savage Summoning, same thing. This creature can be flash. Ooh, I forgot about that part. And then with an additional +1/+1. See, I've done Insist more than I've done Savage Summoning, but they're both in it for the same reason. Another one of my all-time favorite cards. It's so simple. There's really pretty art, really good ability. I don't know. I just like it. Lay of the Land. Get a basic. One of my favorite Dark Ritual arts. I got a new one, and it might end up going in here if I really get serious about upgrading this deck. But it's the foil etched, right? We've talked about it before, my friends online, where I need to show off all my Dark Ritual, because for some reason I have way too many of them. Divest, target player reveals their hand, choose an artifact creature card, discard it. More often than not, it's me. I want to discard my own stuff. Open the gates, search for a basic or a gate card. Well, be honest, I don't know if I have a Golgari gate in this deck, but I should get one. If not, anything for this. Choose a land, non-land, reveals from the top. You just get some stuff. But it's a really nice foil, that sketch. I like it. One of my treasures, talked about in another video where I should put Thoughtseize into a deck. I think this might be one of the only Thoughtseizes I have left in my possession, only because I'll never get rid of it. Got the altar from Lucas Graciano, where he was bemoaning. We heard him bemoan in line where, like, oh, I always do the same altars over and over again. And I'm like, I bet you I can probably get you to try something you've never done before, won't ever again. Hot Pockets. This cracks me up. He burned his mouth on it. He was laughing. I think he took a picture, put it on his Instagram and his Twitter and all that. But if you guys ever seen that, it's mine. Never getting rid of it. One of my all-time favorite cards in the game. One with nothing. My favorite is to do this turn one, whether or not I have a good hand or not. It's just fun. But sometimes I get at a point in the game where it doesn't do anything. It makes me a little bit sad. But traverse the Uvenwald, but certainly getting land. We'll talk about that. Undying Evil, fun little Evil Dead kind of reference here. Gives my creature Undying, usually it's my commander. But I've done it a few times where we cast this with mana to give a creature tap it, sack it, do something, comes back, tap it again. There's little tricks. Unearth, everything being CMC 1 or less. Just a really good card. I talked about before how much I like this card. Reanimate. Guess what the target's probably going to be. I'll take 7 mana. Or 7 damage. Sorry. Commune with Nature. Now there's like really neat cards where it doesn't really have a home much else, but I have a home for it now. Raise Dead. Again, it's a fun little thing. I can sack something, bring it back, cast it, sack it again, tap it all the while. Crop Rotation. Get some lands. Withstand Death. Gonna try to keep my Hogaak. And Inquisition. Again, sort of like the Thoughtseize. Just get something to discard something. This one is not etched foil, but kind of look like it. Anywho, that was the Instants and Sorceries. Going the artifacts. Got Vorpal Sword. Pretty fun. Gives my big beefy guy Death Touch, or I put him on little weenies. Either way. But I do like that loses the game ability because of Trampler. Going through for a bunch of damage. They have one of the cheats. Let's go ahead and grab the other one. Get it out of the way. We got Swiftfoot Boots and Lightning Greaves. Give my guy haste. That's about it. Hexproof and Shroud are fine, but it's all about trying to keep my guy out. There is a new one. I have a copy somewhere. The Lava Spur Boots, which is 1 CMC and fits the theme. So I could probably get rid of one of these, but I'm probably going to keep both. I need more haste outlets. Does that make sense? It does to me. Skeleton Key. Skulk. When a equipped creature deals combat damage to player, it may draw a card if you do discard a card. Maybe I'll cut this for the boots, because this is decent enough, but I don't know. Hindsight's funny and just talking about it, I'm like, I probably could cut that one out. Wayfarer's Bauble. Pretty good. Getting some basic lands. Soul Ring. Again, another one that might be cut sooner than later. I'm not really using this mana to cast anything too great. That makes sense. Everything's one, usually colored mana, so that's probably getting cut sooner than later. Manifold Key. Hey, unblockable. That's all you need to know. Braidwood Sextant. Searching for a basic. Again, it's 1 CMC. Helps me search some stuff. Hot Soup. I love this card. Gives my guy unblockable, but then any damage destroys it, so there's a caveat there. Expedition Map. Neat little foil. Again, searching up for a land. Then we'll talk about some lands that we'll probably get later. Gold Collar's Bell. Put stuff in the graveyard. 1 CMC. Bada bing. Colossus Hammer. Again, I built this deck about the same time. Did this come out about the same time as Modern Horizons 1? I feel like this is like also in the meta, or this is like the caveat of the deck. Both these cards were in the original iteration, I should say, before I started becoming one CMC, and I was so glad that this is one CMC, except for that high equip cost, but I'm not really casting my mana on anything else, right? Codex Shredder, Millen. Okay, it's going to be me. Traveler's Amulet, right? I always forget. Check these beforehand, but getting a basic land. One CMC, whatever. I forget what this card is. It's in Italian. I don't speak Italian. Just kidding. It's Inside Divining Top. Do I need to explain it? I don't think so. A couple enchantments. One, giving everybody haste so that I can have it. I like to share sometimes. Spider Umbra, getting to regenerate. It's fine. Phyrexian Reclamation, again, being able to bring stuff back to my hand. Little guys, kind of works out, right? On to the non-basics. That's a basic, get out of here. We have some just regular old green and black lands. I meant to put this first, sorry. Proxy. Uh-oh, I play with proxies, look out. I own like 3 Bayous for some reason. I think I only have one now. I think I sold the other ones. I have one. At least one. I know I have Skullbriar has one, but people always like, well, you have to own the card. I'm like, you know what? No, I don't. Buy proxy your cards. Don't spend the money. Of course, then again, I can always put a forest or a swamp in here and be just as happy with this deck. Whatever. Tainted Wood, Overgrown Tomb, Ash Barrens, Grim Backwoods, Ghost Quarter. This or Teck Edge, sometimes I search out for on the Expedition map. There's a better one I'll go over. You probably already know what it is. But sometimes there's these Maze of Ith and a couple of those lands that are just like, just shut my shit down. I hate. Yeah, I'm gonna shut your shit down. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. I love the art so much I had to put it in here. It doesn't do what I need it to do, but I just love it too much. Dryad Arbor. The only land in here that can actually tap to cast my commander. Isn't that neat? Catacombs, Woodland Cemetery, Nurturing Peatland, Witch's Cottage. Pretty helpful. We got a couple search lands, Evolving Wilds, Fabled Passage, Deathcap Glade, Necroblossom Smile, Blooming Marsh, and Rogue's Passage. This is the land I usually get with that. Could you guess? Gives your creature unblockable. 2 swings, bap, done. Usually 3 because I don't get any increased power toughness. Anyway, some mismatched basics to show off. I've started getting these like etched ones, and I never finished. But I have some other ones that just, I like picking out the arts I like. That one's got a weird stamp. Why do I have it in there? Because I found it. Found this in a bulk basic land bin. Same with this. This one I think I pulled, but this one, Elena Damer. I'm like, you kidding me? Bada bing. Anywho, that's the deck. Does it work? 60% of the time it works 100% of the time. Is that the joke? That's the one I'm making at least, right? Show off a little extra. I don't know. I just have that in there. It's making me laugh. Basic plan of the deck, like I said at the beginning. Just kind of reiterate as I put stuff away and wrap up the video. Get some stuff out, be able to sack and dump stuff in the graveyard and tap some stuff. It works pretty good. Like I sometimes I'm able to get them out turn 1 or 2. It's surprisingly easy to do. That being said, with no haste, it's a little painful, right? But this deck's on the fence where I might take it apart. Like I said, there's some cards in there that I really want to put into other decks. But then there's also cards in there that I'm like, this deck works too well. It's like a fun, slow deck. Sort of like the other one I recorded today that I'm not sure if I released already or it's going to be released after this one. That's like lower power level, but still kind of nasty, you know. I'm going to do some stuff, right? But anyway, hope you guys liked that. You know, get the generic like, comment, subscribe. I ain't going to tell you to do the bell because I'll be honest, I don't do the bell with anybody. But just let me know what you think. I like doing this, and it's been a good echo chamber for me. Every once in a while I get a video that pops off a little bit, and much as I say I don't care, it does feel pretty good that once, I get some views. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing another one today. I'm trying to get some done while I have some spare time, but I really should get some more chores done. And we'll see where we go from there. I'm rambling, so that's my clue to sign off. So until next time, love you.